All right, here we are on day 2 of the build. So I know I said on the last video I was going to take the seats out, and I meant to videotape it, but I forgot. So I figured I'd just show you now what it looks like with the seats out. I wasn't sure what the flooring was going to look like, but it is the same level right here, and as you see there's a little kind of hump right here, and then another one back there where my jack and my jumper cables are still there. So I'm thinking I'm going to do just like a step down. I think that'll work. A step should work, but first, before I even begin any of that, I have to fill these holes that bolted all of the seats together, and then use some flex glue. That should work, I think, to cover up all these holes. It's waterproof and everything. It should go, oh, here you can see a little bit better. See, that goes all the way through. Next step, flex glue and ripping out the carpet. Let's see if we can get that done today. Here we go, we got the carpet out. I just want to show some of the goodies I found though. Look what we got. I've got enough change to at least buy a beer. Oh look, a gold dollar. All right, so now I've got this out, I've got a sweep. Once I get the sweeping done, I can get started. Oh, right here, I cut the carpet all the way back. I figured I would cut it to right this little line here, and then once the flooring is backed up against it, I can put that little metal thing that screws into both sides and kind of keeps it together. But I figured I would keep it back this far because I've got this hump right here that would be a huge pain to try to floor over, so I figured I could just stop it right here and that would be a good place. Let's keep going. We're clean-ish. I mean, this is going to be the bottom, so I'm not really too worried about making it super clean, but we've got the carpet out. I've got a good sweep happening here, and now I just need to use my flex glue and get the holes patched up, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time for that today because actually it is my birthday. Hopefully I didn't get my dress dirty, but not necessarily the right clothing to wear while working on something that's this nasty, but I'm going to try and patch up these holes, and then I'm going to make like a treat and go get some clams. So bye guys, thanks for coming. It is the next day. I had a wonderful birthday, just in case you were wondering. Now we've got everything dried. Turn around here. All of the holes patched up. They look pretty good. So now I'm gonna go about framing this bad boy. I've got a bunch of 1x2s. They should fit real nicely into these little spots right here. So I'm thinking this way. I can get anything really smaller than that, and honestly I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to frame it out as best as I can so that I can get the floor at least somewhat stable. I don't really know what I'm doing, so we're gonna see how well this works out, if I can make these as level as possible. This is rough. I didn't realize how tedious this was going to be, and I got the wrong size wood, and nothing ever turns out how you want it to while doing shit like this, but let's... Framing happening. I'm gonna have a little pull-up notch thing right here. I had this little thing that stuck up here that I had to basically just hammer out because I couldn't get underneath to unbolt it, and also I didn't really know how, and so I just beat the life out of it and pulled it out and then filled it up with some flex glue. So we're getting somewhere here. We're at my office right now. Give you kind of a little look at what we're at. Are you a happy pup? Are you helping Mom with her build? We've got the handsaw out today because I don't have, oh, and the wine, obviously, because I don't have access to the table saw. I've never shown everybody my office. Don't mind the bed in the corner. I'm keeping it there until the build is finished, so it kind of looks really creepy with like the lights and the backdrop. I swear I don't do porn, Mom. But this is my cute little office. I don't know if anybody really needed to see it. I've got just so much shit. It's ridiculous. I got a random burst of energy today, so we'll see if I can actually get a little bit of work done on the truck. We'll see. Came to the conclusion. This is the second layer I had to do of 1x2s because this foam board came up too high above the framing, and I figured that would cause a little bit of warping. What I'm going to do now is finish up the second layer down below where that box in the dog bed is. I'm going to lay the rest of the foam board down on the bottom, and then I have some, where is it? Gaps in cracks filler, so I'm probably going to put that in all the rest of the places that I couldn't really put foam board into, and it's probably going to have to go like right here and maybe in between there. So much work, but it'll be worth it in the end. I already know it, so let's get going. I got as much done on the framing as I could today. I doubled everything up. Everything should be good as far as I can tell, except for a few spots. The only problems that I came across today is I liquid nailed these bad boys straight to the frame, except these didn't have much to hold on to, and I don't think that I pressed it hard enough. So now it's starting to come up. There we go. That was the one that's coming up, and that one over there too. So I'm gonna have to get more of that. So I'm not gonna do any more of the framing down here because I'm out of liquid nails. So whatever. I still have a little bit of motivation, which doesn't happen, and I've spent the last 2 weeks absolutely procrastinating. But you know what? It's beautiful today. It's actually hot as f. So I'm gonna go through and do like the side pieces right here and maybe fill in underneath there. So right in these spots that I couldn't get foam to fit, and same with back there.
피냐콜라다 아코세페 너의 피부색처럼 drip해 지금 내 핸드폰에 비친 네 모습에 나는
I got the spray foam all done, so I'm done with insulation on the top 2 levels. Just the bottom level is all that I have left to do. So I'll show you what it looks like. Foam went everywhere. I opened up the lid and it sprayed up to the ceiling. This is the underneath, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, what it looks like. But let me show you the opposite side here. I got these bad boys filled all the way in here, all the way through the top. Got all the different side edges here. So it said only to fill it up to 50% of what you want it to be. So I think once the rest of this is dried, I might need to trim some of it off so that everything lays flat, but I think it looks all right. I'm pretty impressed with how it looks right now, honestly. It's really coming together. Oh my god. When I come back in about 2 seconds for you guys, but it'll probably be a couple days for me, I'm going to finish the bottom level, get all the rest of that insulated, and then I can start laying the plywood finally for the flooring. I have a fun update. I actually managed to cut the plywood to fit the floor. I got all of the insulation done. Everything is coming together. All of the insulation is done. I got everything cut to place, and then I did the little foam kind of thing here. Oh, and then I cut all of like the excess that kind of bubbled over. I cut it just at least semi-level to the wood around it. This, I cut it just right so that this has some stability. This should be stable enough that if I have something on top of here, it's still gonna be pretty sturdy. It's not gonna break through. I'm gonna have to clean up the holes a little bit. I had to drill holes in it first so I could get the jigsaw in there. I'm gonna put hinges on this little bad boy once I sand it and clean it down and everything. I'm gonna put hinges here so it's gonna hinge up at the top, and I'll have like a little cubby hole space. I figured if the spot's there, I should use it. Inside, I've got, so this, I think I'm just gonna use 1x2s and just kind of do a little slat kind of a thing to cover this little hole space up, because I didn't have any more plywood left over like I did right there for the bottom lip. But I kind of, it's not quite perfect, but I think I did okay in here. And then I didn't have quite enough to do a full piece down this way, but so I had to just cut this little corner into it, but I think that'll be okay. This piece right here is going to go right here. I do want to have some doors, maybe like little cubbies kind of cut into this right here so that I can get into the space that is underneath the platform right here. Before I do that, I'm going to draw where all of the stability points are underneath here, just in case if I do need to like cut into the wood because I want to do a trap door or something, I'll know exactly where all the stability lines are so I know not to hit them. Over there I had to cut a little corner off because the cup holder jammed into it, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do here, but oh, here, let me pull this up. I'll show you what I did for the rest of the insulation in here. The insulation looks as such. So I did foam as much as I could, the padded foam right there, and then I did spray gaps and cracks filler over on that side, and I think it looks pretty good. Here we go. We've got progress, guys. Look, I have a floor. I am really pleased. I got all of this done in one day, and that was yesterday, but today I built this temporary kind of a bed platform right here. So this platform is gonna go right here, and so it kind of just rests on the edge there and then has like a couple stability legs underneath it too. So I think that'll be good. All right, everybody, thank you for watching my video. Up next is the bed. I'm really bad at filming when I'm doing stuff because I get into like a zone and then it's really hard to stop and remember to videotape stuff. So the next video might just be kind of like a review of the bed that I built and things maybe that I would have done differently and how it works and where I got the inspiration from and how I did it, the tools I used, that kind of a thing. We will do our best to try to upload as frequently as possible, but you know, as you can tell by the timestamps, sometimes it takes a couple of weeks to actually be able to have the time and or motivation to really do stuff. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all those things that YouTubers tell you are important. I guess since this is my second YouTube video, I am technically a YouTuber. Feel free to follow along.